It's the motherfucking best in Swoop show though. You heard? We here. It's been a crazy week. You feel me?
Hell yeah, it's
It's
mad
been
shit
mad
going
shit
on.
going. It's mad shit going on. First of all, shout out to my nigga Lennon. Lennon Empire.
I see. I seen that. What's that? A podcast or an interview? Y'all, that was.
Nah, it's three installments of the breakdown. You feel me for the Genius drink for Kanye West. You know the documentary. So it's the
I ain't gonna lie.
unofficial.
I watched that. I like the way y'all flow. I can't see you on camera, bro.
Oh shit, my fault, bro. It's the unofficial official podcast. You feel me? That's what it is. The unofficial official podcast breakdown for Kanye West Genius. You feel me? So that shit is dope. London, you know, I'm not. Lennon has gotten me fucking around with this horoscope shit. And what happens is we have to.
Yeah, I see. I kept
Yeah,
saying that.
we playing with the Aquemini shit. Shout out to Outcast. That's where we got the idea from. And Lennon made some profound points that we both air signs, so the way we communicate is a little bit more freer. Me and you communicate real well. What we do on the Jungle Report is dope. But it's like
Nah, I feel like
Lennon.
y'all both flow. I feel like y'all both flow good together because one, you from Brooklyn, he's from Rochester. You feel me? Y'all around the
I'm
same
from the
area, so
Bronx,
like,
bro. I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm
oh,
from the
oh,
Bronx. Let's
he
be.
from the
I
Bronx.
fuck with
He
Brooklyn.
from
I be with a lot of
yeah.
Brooklyn niggas, but I'm from the Bronx.
All right, all right. What I meant this is you from New York City and he's from Rochester, and y'all both get like I remember the one
And
time y'all
we
talk
like,
about Fat Joe
yeah,
and Big Punish like that, and you could just tell how all right, this is what I seen outside in New York City. And it's like he was talking, he was getting his perspective what he's seen outside from Rochester, and he's seen his perspective from a producer point of view.
exactly. And he's
Yeah,
not
that's
just a
what
producer; he's a rapper as well. But he
he's a
definitely
rapper. Yup, yeah.
he gets put a lot of that time in that producer's joint. And I mean, he produced a lot of classic shit in the city. I'm talking about. Look who his brothers are. His brothers is LaFleur and Major League Polo. So it's like it's
Don't
great.
ain't produced for
Billy
my boy
Blanc,
Billy Block.
for sure. Shout out Billy Blanc. So it's just dope to
Mm.
see. And then again, it's just the freeness and the communication because it's like Lennon can go down a tangent or I can go on a tangent, and some way somehow we able to make it connect back to the original topic we're talking about. So it's a dope part in
I
that
definitely
aspect.
agree.
And I'm trying to get him into the podcasting space too because he needs to just have his own shit. Like you know how you got your shit, I got my shit, and we do this together. But Lennon, I don't know how many times you've been in the clubhouse room with us, but when Lennon talks, he be having some profound shit. Like his top five rappers of all time, he got LL Cool J number two, and a lot of people are like, what the fuck?
Now that's surprise. Oh,
I'm not
but I,
surprised
I
because I
watch a lot.
understand. What?
I watch a lot of his Instagram stories and shit. Just the way he talks and the way he maneuver, you could tell he's very, very smart and like he just does like everything he said got something behind it.
Yeah,
I was watching the
absolutely,
story.
absolutely. Lennon's my guy, man. I fuck with Lennon.
Yeah,
My
I
like I
fuck with bro
always say,
too.
my biggest regret was not interviewing his LaFleur. That was one of the biggest things I
Yeah,
ever did because getting caught up in the politics of the city. That's something I wanted to document history of culture, and you can't talk
right.
about the history and the culture of Rochester, New York, and the hip hop scene,
Without his name.
especially that post 2012. You feel me? Scene without mentioning Flair. So it was like,
Yeah, from the Aaron Benders to all that shit. That's the
mm-hmm,
was the big
absolutely,
talk about documentaries and shit. The documentary on Netflix. What's the name of it again?
Genius
Genius.
with Kanye West.
Yeah, for Kanye West.
Yeah,
Yep. I ain't gonna hold you. I already thought Kanye West was a genius. I've been thinking he was a genius. But like my level of respect I just gained from him is on a whole nother level, bro. Cause they was trying to class it like how we just said about Lennon, like how just called him producer and shit like that. Kanye was trying to be a rapper. Everybody kept putting on. Everybody kept trying to put him in that producer bracket. Producer bracket. I remember there was a point in time. Dame Dash said he was gonna sign Kanye West, and he was lying. It never went nowhere. So they was playing him. They just wanted them beats from him, bro.
nah,
And he kept trying to
Dame,
prove he was a
Dame,
rapper.
Dame did want to sign him partly, but he wasn't fully invested because
Right.
the image of Rockefeller at the time was street niggas. You gotta think about it. It's
Right.
Jay Z, Memphis Bleak, Beanie Siegel, Whole State Property, Young Guns. Like that's a bunch of street niggas. And the shit Kanye was rapping about, because Kanye can't, he could, it's not his street shit wouldn't have been believable. So the shit he was rapping about is like, how do you fit here? That's the reason why Rawkus was such a big part of that beginning story because even though he was a multi platinum producer over there on the Rockefeller side, his rap ability and his rap skills were respected on the raucous backpack rap side with groups like Black Star, which is Talib Kweli and Mos Def. And people know me and Talib Kweli have our little stripes here and there, but as far as the history of hip hop, I can't deny what he did. So salute to Talib for his role in the history of hip hop and he championed Kanye West. just like Most Def did. And I truly believe that, and I'll say this on here, Tyler Quality, and even though we have our little back and forth, and I said I was gonna slap you, whatever the case may be, that's whatever that was. Um, Ye owes Talib Kweli an apology because Talib Kweli was the person. Like even when you seen them at the Black Star joints, most that fucked with them for sure. But Talib was the one like, nah, Ye is the one. It's Kanye. It's
Yeah,
Kanye.
yeah.
So he owes him an apology for sure.
I think he said something crazy about him in the what's
He
called
said,
interview though.
yeah, and Drink Champ. He said, Talib Kweli, I never
Yeah,
liked your raps, and I shared it because I was being funny. But nah, that in all reality though, that's fucked up because that man championed you, like Talib
in the
Kweli,
early stages, yeah.
Talib Kweli, and the Dave Chappelle show, because when we talk about hip hop, people don't talk about how important the Chappelle show really was because that was on Comedy Central, and it was on that prime time hours on Comedy Central, which is that I think that 9, 10 o'clock slot, 8, 9, 10 o'clock slot, where the prime time shows come on, and
Mhm.
Dave Chappelle was bringing hip hop acts on there. Like Kanye was on there like 3 times. Talib Kweli and Mos Def was on there like 3 times. He had Snoop on there. He had I think Fat Joe was on there one time. I might be wrong, but he had real hip hop on there at the, like so you watch all the skits and at the end it's a hip hop performance. It was
Right.
dope. It's like 2002, 2003.
Shit, I wasn't around. I mean, I was born around that time, but
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
was,
see shit on
I was like
TV.
third grade watching the Chappelle show when I wasn't supposed to be watching it, but I love this shit, so I didn't care.
Right. I like as I got older, I don't remember seeing that shit because maybe it's because I watched a bootleg, but I'd never seen performance after the Dave Chappelle show. Wait, is it Dave Chappelle show with like all the little skits, the comedy
Yeah,
skits
yeah,
and
the
shit?
Chappelle
That's what
show.
you talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember watching a hip hop performance after it.
See,
Maybe it's because I'm
I
watching a
remember
bootleg.
I remember watching it live when I was young. I wasn't supposed to be watching it, but I definitely used to watch this. If you go on Netflix, you can see some of these performances on there of who was on the Chappelle show. The Chappelle show definitely played because they wasn't putting hip hop rappers to perform like here and there, but you had to be like pop, almost crossover pop to be on Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, kind of stuff like that. But the guys that the youth was fucking with, Chappelle.
Right.
Excuse me. So hell
Man,
yeah,
that's
man.
fine. No, but now people really see that Kanye's a genius. Like everything he said he was gonna do,
He,
he was gonna do. And I gained a whole nother level of respect for his mom because I always hear him say Donda, but I never really knew who his mom was to the documentary. Like
because
she was really rapping
you
and
22,
shit.
man. Well, you 23, right? 23. You
I'm,
22.
I'm 22.
So you wasn't like when Kanye West came out. I remember calling him Kane West. Like I remember when Through the Wire came out. I remember the first time I seen the video. I remember everything about and that from that moment when I seen Through the Wire, I was a Kanye fan. It was like yo, this is like I fuck with everybody else. I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I'm a DMX fan, but for like a good stretch of time from like 2003 to like 2008, Kanye. Like even now, I'm still a big Kanye fan. Like I think people
Right.
don't like Yeezus. I think Yeezus is a dope album, but I'm a real big Kanye fan, and that started in like 2003, 2004 when Through the Wire came out and all that shit. So I'm like, come on, man, this guy is different. And
Right.
the most profound thing of all of it is that the Kanye we see today is the Kanye he was back then, but he didn't have the success yet. He always felt like he was going to get to his point, and me and Lennon did break down that his mother is the only person that can speak life into him. He hasn't had really anybody like that to tell him like, listen, there's nothing really wrong with what you're doing, but you have
You
to
gotta
be
go about
aware.
it a different way.
No, no, not even that. You have to always remember that you're still on the ground like everybody else. You could be a giant, and nothing wrong with being a giant, but you're still amongst the people.
Right.
She told him she told him that she's not gonna say what he's doing is wrong, and I thought that was dope. She's like, I don't think I'm not gonna say you're doing it wrong. It's just that you have to move a certain. You have to remember to always stay grounded. Don't just get so far up in the air that you forget what the ground feels like.
Right. I think she told him something like, "Yo, you come off as cocky to people," type shit. I think
Yeah,
isn't that
she
what
did
she
say that,
said?
but she didn't say it was wrong.
Yeah.
Come off cocky and
Yeah.
arrogant, but the same thing that Kanye mother tells him is what my mother and father told me for years. Like
Right.
I get it now. I've had issues in my life because people think that I'm cocky, but I'm like, it's not it's a borderline arrogance, but it's such a belief in yourself and the chip on your shoulder because of all of the time that you were denied for what you know you were great at. And then
Right.
when you finally get to that space, it's like nigga, I'm
It's like you just want to let everybody know I did it. You feel me?
nah. It's not when you finally get to that space. It's like it's not like no. It's like I earned it, but I was supposed to be here. I know I was supposed to be here when I knew that I was supposed to be here. Like when he said I was walking to the subway practicing my Grammy speech. That's real. Like I felt that. I felt that. I know a lot of dudes that used to be walking to the joint and Subway back home in the hood, and think about walking across that stage shaking. At the time, it was what's the NBA commissioner's name? Not
David Stern.
David
David
Stern's
Stern.
hand. David Stern's hand. Now it's Adam Silver. But at the
Hmm.
time, guy was thinking about shaking David Stern's hand.
Right.
This is what we talk about the whole life. Like, listen, this is I know this is what I'm made for. This is what I'm going to do. So I think what it was with Ye, it's not it's arrogance, but it only rubs you the wrong way. Is if you feel like my arrogance or my confidence is trying to diminish you, and that's
Right.
not what it is. He's not trying like. Well, sometimes Jay does that. I can't say for him. For me,
Yeah,
and
he's been
I
doing
don't
that
really
with what's called. Oh boy, he been doing that with
like. You even
Kim
see it.
Kardashian.
Yeah, you even seen it with him and like him and Just Blaze be taking shots at each other. That's a 20-year rivalry. They started
Yeah,
off
you
in the
see, you see, they said in the beginning things like, bro, it's like I love him, but I hate him type shit. He said that like this is my
yeah,
competition. Like
yeah.
when they first started,
Because
he was in documentary
you
too.
got to think about it like this, right?
Mhm.
Just you're two up and coming producers in the same on the same record label, and you fighting to be the top dog is Jay. It's only what 12, 15 slots on the album at that time, and then you know they're gonna get something from Bink. You might go get something from Timberland. You might go get something from Pharrell. So that squishes that down to maybe 8 songs. Who won't get the most out of these 8?
That
And
would be you two.
Just Blaze get crazy, just like Kanye get crazy. So I don't know, man. Just Blaze had a
Man,
good
that
track record at that time. So
I
shout out to both of them though. Shout out to Just Blaze and shout out to Kanye. Shout out to Cootie, the guy that actually recorded all that footage too. Shout out to Cootie because to have that for
bro,
20 years is crazy.
that, that's pretty dope, bro. That was pretty dope. I ain't gonna hold you, especially at the point where he was in his industry. You see, he had interviews of like the
Channel
what's
Zero
the girl
interviews.
name? That's trying to he had a little Bow Wow interview. Had to so
He
what's
had
the girl
the
from so
Brat, the Brat,
um
Snoop
the
Dogg,
brat?
Kobe
Yeah, he had
Bryant.
interview. Yes, he had good platforms and people. So he didn't have to do that, bro.
He was
The
a
fact that he
comedian
put
as
his
well.
career on pause. Yeah, comedians. He had a comedy show on the thing. The
He
fact
did
he put his
that
career
was
on
that
pause.
the comedy show he did was Def Comedy Jam. So this it keeps it hip hop. It's Def Comedy Jam, which is Russell Simmons show at the time, so, or still
Right.
it's Russell Simmons show period. But Def Comedy Jam was like Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Griffin. Trying to just think, shit, Kevin Hart. Pretty much every major comedian from like the '90s to the early 2000s to mid 2000s was on Def Comedy Jam. You had to go with
Right.
Def Comedy Jam to prove yourself. So Cedric the Entertainer as well. It's like all these guys was on Def Comedy Jam, man. It made
Yeah, you know what's crazy? You know what I think about it, bro? You know how some ways always saying he's the first to document. So he was the first documenter and rap like his life and shit. The first vlogging. I ain't gonna lie. With that information that we just received about Kanye West
it's,
documentary and how
it is Kanye, but
Kanye West was the first one.
it's Kanye right now. But he's not the only one. Is the difference was back then you had to record. You seen big ass Karen with the VHS in it.
Right.
Like you can't. It's not like I could record a video now and then post it on YouTube or Instagram. It wasn't like that back then. You had to go around, probably burn it on CDs and stuff, and then you didn't have the ability to upload it on the internet back then. Not even on CDs yet. You had it back then. It was still on tapes till the
Yeah, the
DVDs came out.
VCR shit.
The
Yeah.
VCRs. A little bit later was the DVDs, but it wasn't uploaded onto the internet. It was personal. That's why back then it was a big thing with the Smack DVDs, the Cocaine City DVDs. You had to go to a spot. Excuse me. You had to go to a spot, or they'll press them up. They'll press up 500 copies, 1,000 copies, and drop them off in the hub. Boom, 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 making sales. It's crazy.
Man,
So
that shit fire.
Soldier Boy is not the first one. So sorry, Soldier.
Like, well, you know, cause I remember somebody said somewhere like, well, somebody had this information. Of course, he was the first one on YouTube. And somebody was saying like, Robbie used to think that he would be on some police shit when he's been the cameras around vlogging and shit. Whole time Kanye West was already doing that shit in the industry.
It's different back then with those because those is it's only in one on one
Mhm.
versus a nigga like Soldier Boy recording, throwing it on the internet, and everybody can see what the fuck is going on. Like, yo, no,
Right, right. Yeah, I think that shit fire, bro. Like I told you before, bro. When I watch documentaries on niggas like Kanye and Wu Tang, I be having a certain amount of respect for niggas, but just watching that come up, bro, that just like it just inspires you to want to be great. That shit just gives a whole nother level of respect. Like I just get a whole nother level of respect for Kanye. I love his mom. recipes Miss Donda. You feel me? Like I didn't even know like I always heard her name, but I never knew what type of person she was. And that documentary showed me what type. I know he was. I know he had to shed a tear watching that part, bro.
For
His
sure.
mom believed in him from the jump.
Absolutely.
Mom believed in him from the jump. Talk about some great shit on the internet. We didn't get a chance to talk about the new Bel Air, a revamp of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. How do you feel about that, bro?
I fuck with it. I mean,
I
there's some
fuck with
things
it
on there
too.
that, of course, I gotta get used to. Coming from, I'm a '90s baby, so the
Right,
original Fresh Prince of Bel Air, like that was my thing. You feel me? So I was a kid when it came out. I loved the show so much, but I understand that this is not that. This is a dramatization. I'm just fucking that word up of the word of the show, and it's also about capturing, answering the questions that people had back in the '90s about how did Will end up in Bel Air. What was his and Carlton dynamic like? What was Aunt Viv and Hillary dynamic like? Why it was funny all the time, but it wasn't hitting some of the real things and the real questions that people had.
right.
How did Uncle Phil get what he was? Who was Jeffrey really? Like Ashley struggling with trying to be a young person and want to just have fun, and they also modernized it as well. They made it 2022. They didn't make it
Like
1992.
back then. Mm.
So
Nah, I definitely thought that shit was. I thought that shit was
I ain't gonna lie though,
fire,
Carlton
bro.
doing cocaine is wild, one of the wildest things for me. I know he
Oh,
said it was
bro,
bad.
he had them. Yo, that shit threw me off. He had them motherfuckers in there, just hot nigga, and they damn, and he like this, and he
But
was killing it too.
but
I ain't gonna hold
you
you.
know what though? I'm not surprised
What?
because there's a lot of people that when you come from that kind of background, you don't understand anything different because he grew
Right,
up rich and privileged. He don't look at race like I'm rich too. All my friends are rich. We're all from this class, but it's not until you get into a situation where you're outside of that comfort zone that you realize that you're black before you rich. So he don't understand it. And that's why, like, I get it, and I fuck with the whole with him and Will, and I fuck with each other and trying to do things. Just, I think that shit is a dope. It's a dope show. It's a dope concept. Um, what's your take on the whole
I
Fresh
ain't gonna
Bel
hold
Air?
you. Again, you feel me? I'm not a '90s baby, but I grew up. I wouldn't say I watched every episode, but you always go back and watch the Martins, you watch the Fresh Prince of Bel Airs, you watch the old shows and shit sometimes. And sometimes when they try to revamp shit just don't be hitting how it once did. You know how you always be like, damn, it's just not the same type shit.
Yeah,
So that's the expectations I was going to watching the show, but I ain't gonna lie, it caught me completely off guard. After I watched the first episode, I was looking for somebody's account to use to watch the next three, bro. To be honest with you, bro.
oh, you on the
I was looking
you
for
still on the
somebody's
first
account.
episode? I got you right now. I'm saying
No, 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 no. I watched all four. No, I'm on all four. But I said after I watched the first episode, I'll look on some social media for somebody's account to use to watch the
man.
rest
If
of the
you ever need
episode.
to watch the
But
show,
that shit,
hit me, man. I got everything. I got everything, man.
I said it now. I think I got this girl account. Until she get mad at me, I,
Well, if she ever changed your mind, my boy, I got you. I'm about to send you the link right
nah.
now.
But that show definitely fire, bro. It definitely shows the
That's how I
how
be watching Love
coming
and Hip
from
Hop and
rich
shit.
area compared to huh.
That's how I be watching Love and Hip Hop and shit. I got the legit for everything, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
Oh,
that shit is definitely fire. The nigga that I ain't gonna lie. Who's your favorite character on there?
right now, Hillary. Yo, Hillary, inbox me, baby.
Bro,
You heard? Yo, Coco Jones. You heard?
shut up.
Yo,
You gotta leave her alone, bro.
you
You gotta
heard?
leave her alone.
Hey,
That's
hey, hey,
mine.
hey, hey. Listen,
But
Co-
but I ain't gonna lie. I
Coco
ain't gonna lie. She's
Jones.
not only my favorite character.
Now she not she,
I don't
but
like.
not my favorite character in all reality, as you know why, and it's people is gonna throw you off. My favorite character for real is I know it's gonna be Carlton because it's like Tariq. I didn't like him at first, and
Oh, nah, I hate that.
whenever I start off not liking a character and then fucking with them because that means you're doing your
Right.
job. You're doing your job well because
Nah,
I'm
nah,
not supposed
nah.
to
Great
like you.
acting.
You're
Great
great acting.
acting.
Will, of course, by nature, I fuck with Will, but it's Will is like, but
Right.
Hillary, and Aunt Viv. This Aunt Viv, I think is dope. I like Jeffrey. Like, if I had to go in order, I'm gonna go Aunt Viv, Hillary, Will, Jeffrey, Uncle Phil, Carlton, and then Ashley.
If I had to go in order, I'm going
Actually,
Coco Jones.
I fuck with Jazz too. I fuck with Jazz too. Jazz is dope.
Oh yeah, Jazz cool. Jazz cool. Jazz cool. I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Hillary not only cause she look good. That's just a like that's just a ice on the cake. But just because her person, like the her
They,
want to be a YouTube star, I kind of
mm-hmm.
relate to that. She feel me. Your parents wanted you to do certain shit in life. They feel like it's not making you money. I kind of relate to that narrative a little bit because that's how I feel. With my mom, she wants me to do certain shit in life, but I'm trying to be on some YouTube shit right now. But she's not understanding it. You
You're
feel me? She's
trying.
still
It's
stuck
not
in
even
her
YouTube.
ways.
You want to be a creative.
Yeah, I want to be a critic, and they not
Don't
understanding that. You feel me?
don't
So
give you don't
when
put
I
all
see
that on
her,
YouTube because YouTube and shout out to YouTube. I know we use them as their platform, but YouTube
right,
only exists because of people like us. We
right,
we create. They're only distributing the content. They're not creating the content at all.
right. Now you definitely right about that.
And
So that
that was
type
my
of
little
shit.
Joe Budden moment right there. That's my little Joe Budden. Shout out to Joe. It's my Joe Budden moment. Y'all know I'm from the school of Joe Budden, Charlemagne, and Angie Martinez, who's a little bit more professional than both of those guys. And Pat Prescott. Shout out to Miss Pat Prescott.
Yes, so I kind of relate to Coco. Kind of relate to her in that aspect. I want to see her win because that gives me more motivation. But yo, and she did it. Even though it's a fictional show right now, it kind of inspires me to keep going hard in my dreams too. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm saying.
Absolutely, it's the right thing. It's the right. It's a great inspiration for young women because it's something different. Like again, I fuck with Jocelyn's Cabaret. I fuck with Love and Hip Hop, but there are some undertones on the show that people could look at it in a negative light. With this show, it's actually it's attached. It's a dramatization and it's attacking some of the real thing that's going on. But you know what also is coming out too before we finish for Bel Air. Um, there All American has a spinoff. The show All American.
Yeah, I fuck with that show.
It's a spinoff with the girl that Brody was dating. I think her name was Jasmine. I can't remember her name in the show. There's a spinoff with her when they went to the college trip to the HBCU and all that.
Right.
There's a spinoff with her and the baseball player at the
Oh
HBCU.
yeah, that she started the light on her toy yet.
So that's a new show coming out. Shout out to Caesar. Shout out to Black Ink Crew. You feel me? All of them. Donna, all the whole crew. Black Ink is with a new season. Black Ink Crew, not Chicago, excuse me. Black Ink Crew, Compton is with a new season as well. So it's some. I just was looking right now and I'm seeing a bunch of black shows on there. So I want to shout all of them out. Shout out to C's, AC's. I know you be taxing on the tattoo. Let's do some content. I can get a little drink right there. You feel me? It's a little tattoo right
Bro,
there. You feel me?
you got any tats already or nah?
Yeah, come on, bro. I got one right here and I got one right here.
Oh, I ain't never
I
seen
got
them
I
shits.
got the
Bro,
Eye
that's
of
probably supposed to be
Horus.
hoodie up.
Yeah, I got the Eye of Horus right here, and then I got the Arubis over here, up here. It's basically a dragon eating its tail, showing infinity. And then on the inside, it's like a 2K tattoo, and then on the inside, it's it's the yin and the yang for balance. I ain't trying to take I don't got no shirt on none of this. I forgot. I ain't doing all that.
That's cool. Yo, how do you feel about? All right, so think about it, bro. Now, back in the day, everybody used to have cable. You'll pay one time and have all the channels you want. How do you feel about all these platforms? Like, you gotta pay for Netflix, you gotta pay for
It's
Hulu, you gotta
basically
pay
it's
for
cable. It's cable. It's all of this is cable.
But I feel like it's more I feel like it's more expensive because you pay for you pay for one show. Would you rather have cable or would you rather have like all these pay for all these different streaming
I'd
services?
rather have what I have. I don't know what shout out to the streaming services. I do pay for them. Title.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Title. Everybody else, I watch y'all shit like when I'm in hotels and shit. I watch it on the drink, give y'all streams and y'all views. But while sometimes I might use my mom her login from her cable and stuff to watch stuff, so they get their drink technically. But if I don't, hey man, I got my ways.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I gotta catch up on Queens though. I haven't seen Queens in a while.
What show is that?
With Eve, Brandy, and her name is
Oh, that's that singer.
Natari.
That's the singer show, right?
Yeah, they rappers, female rap group. But
No, I ain't see that shit. I seen the trailer. I seen the trailer to that shit.
I seen a couple episodes. It was dope. Moving on. What I was about to say. Power. Did you catch up on Power?
Yeah, I watched Tommy. I ain't gonna hold you, but I seen a status, and this is probably the most accurate stats I've seen about that show. It said something like, I watched Tommy's show, but I'm not as excited to see as I once was to watch the Tariq show. You feel me? As Tariq part of Power. I
Because
used to be like, go ahead.
it's because people got to understand like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy is not the same Tommy on the original Power. It's a change in Tommy. because he had a ghost, he had the luxury of being off the wall in a loose cannon. But now he can't be the loose cannon because he's the boss by himself.
Not, but he is being a loose cannon. He's gonna
Nah. If Tommy was the old Tommy, he'd have shot the Irish dude. Like he wouldn't have gave him nothing. He'd have shot all of them. He'd literally,
right.
And old boy brother from CBI, he'd have shot him too. So he's not the old Tommy. And Shorty that he got the dope from, he'd have killed her and just took it.
All right, right.
He's not the old Tommy. Tommy is a maturity factor in him, and he's understanding some of the lessons that Ghost was trying to tell him before Ghost ultimately passed on. And he still, you gotta remember too, and in reality, because the Tariq show seemed like such a long span of time, Tommy's show was started right after Ghost died.
Right.
He's still grieving. It's so Ghost just died, and his fiance just died. What was that? What was her name on the show? What Lala name on the show? I can't remember.
A lot. Damn. I want to say. I was about to say.
You know, Lala Anthony's character on the show. So technically, you gotta remember, Tommy is not in a right space of mind, and he's trying to adjust while going to a new city. Lakeisha did. So people, they want him to go in there and be straight to the action, but you got to build up. Like people don't understand what it takes to create a story. If you go right into the climax of the episode, which is not going to happen to episode 7 or 8, 6, 7 or 8, not even 6, maybe 7 or 8, and then episode 10 is going to leave you hanging on the edge of your seat because you're going to want to see more. That's the purpose of doing
right.
it. You can't give everything in the first 4 episodes because then
I ain't gonna lie,
and
you definitely right. Because when we first was watching the Tariq shit, or the what's it called, Tariq, right?
Yeah, it was called
Ghost, raising Ghost. Yeah, we were first watching it. I don't think everybody was that intrigued about it. But as time went on, we was like, yo, we gotta watch this shit more, bro. You definitely right about that.
You gotta watch it more because every episode is to lead you to the next episode. That's all. Even BMF, like BMF, it was dope to see in the beginning because you're like, all right, Terry got clapped, but then you like, oh shit, what's gonna happen after Terry got shot? Now you want to watch the next episode. Right. Then Lamar comes. Who the fuck is this Lamar nigga? Now I want to watch more. Like, come on, man. Now Lamar get killed. What the fuck about to happen in the next year? Because Lamar's dead. It's crazy. What the fuck's going on? Oh, shout out to Mano, man. Mano just shared my joint. Salute.
Oh, yeah. So now that we mentioned Lala Anthony, we might as well talk about her husband or her ex-husband. We don't know what the situation is going on.
Ex-husband. They currently going through a divorce. So soon to be ex-husband.
Yeah. How you feel about the NBA 75th, the NBA 75 all-time great list?
I'll fuck with it. I think Tracy McGrady should have been there. Dwight Howard, I'm on the fence about that. I understand why he wasn't.
I'm glad you on the same page finally about basketball, bro, because you be saying bullshit, bro.
I don't say
you
bullshit.
Be saying bullshit.
You be saying shit as a nigga who did not watch basketball until 2006.
Bruh.
I've been watching basketball since 1997. Like, it's a little different, bro. So I seen more shit than you did. I seen Jordan win his last chip, bro. His last 2. We want to talk about it? I seen Jordan win his last 2. I seen Kobe win every chip he ever won. I seen Tim Duncan win every chip.
Last 2.
I seen Kobe win every championship. I seen fucking whatchamacallit. I seen Tim Duncan win every championship. I remember in the year 2000 when the Knicks was in the championship against the Spurs, but what it felt like. I was there. That's so like to me it's a little different. I seen all these guys play. I took about mid to late 90s, early 2000s, like the 2000s, the 2010s, and now to the 2020s. That's almost 4 generations. That's four decades of basketball for me, bro.
Right.
It's a little different.
So, but what me and you both agree on this point. I feel like Tracy McGrady should be on there. I feel like Dwight Howard should be on there. But now let me ask you this: who would you remove? If you ask me, I feel like don't get me wrong, Dame Lillard is a great player and shit like that.
Dame Lillard Lillard has to go on there over Tracy McGrady, regardless.
Nah, but here's my problem.
Because of accomplishments in the league.
Nah, here's my question. If you put Dame Lillard on there, right? Why wouldn't you put Kyrie Irving on it? Why wouldn't you put Klay Thompson on
because Kyrie Irving does not have the accomplishments that Dame has, and Kyrie Irving is not the leader of any team he's ever been on. He's not.
But is he as talent? Would you say he's as talented as him?
He's just as talented as anybody on the top 75, talent wise for sure. But it's not about just talent; it's also about your accomplishments in the league. Damian
Okay.
Lillard took his team to the Western Conference Finals by himself.
No, you
Kyrie's never
can't say
done.
that.
CJ McCollum
CJ
play.
was
CJ is not. No, CJ is not on the
he's a
level.
top 50.
Bro, stop. No, he's not.
He's a
Oh, in
he's
the
been
league, in the
since
league
he
right
came in
now.
the league.
In the league right now.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
don't.
no, no,
What
yeah, in
what
the
the
league right
fuck? What
now.
the fuck is top 50 though? If we talk about literally the top
Yeah,
one
but
percent, he's not.
he-
CJ McCollum is not in the top 1% of the league. He's never been considered
nah,
a top
I
10
say
player. He's never been considered a top 20 player or 25. Never. CJ McCollum is not on that. He's a good coach. He's a good. He's not a role player. He's not. He's an all star at best. But you could. It's a couple guys that could be an all star. We've seen guys be an all star. Fred VanVleet is an all star. Fred VanVleet would never be considered a top 75 best player in the league. And I fuck with Fred.
yeah.
So just because you an all star don't make you a superstar. Dame is a superstar. Kyrie has superstar talent, but he has never led a team. We've seen Boston play better without him. Before LeBron got to Cleveland, what was Kyrie doing? Going home every year with playoff time.
Right. He wasn't even making a playoff before
That's
LeBron.
what I'm
He didn't make a
saying. He
playoff
was
not one
going
time.
home every year when it's playoff time. He was home when the shit was happening. He was watching on the couch. Dame took a team to the Western Conference Finals. You have to put that in perspective. Dame has won series because of Dame, not because of anybody else. If Dame don't play well, the team lose. We've watched Kyrie not play well and teams still be successful. That's the difference.
That's the fact. All right, now let me ask you this, because I ain't gonna lie. I don't believe Andy Davis deserves to be on there over Dwight Howard.
Mm,
And let me
but
and now
you
let me
could
tell you
but
why. Hey, no,
but
no,
that's
hold
how
on.
people that's how people felt about Shaq at the 50.
About what?
When 25 years ago, when Shaq was on the top 50 list, people were like, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
how is Shaq over here over this guy and this guy and this guy?" Dominant.
Well, what year was the top 50 that released? Cause I remember hearing some shit
It
like
was
that, but I can't
25 years
remember
ago. I
what
think
year.
it was 25 years ago. What? 97, 96.
See, I couldn't tell you because I don't know about them players before him. But I just don't think I
And
don't
Dwight
see.
Howard is a dominant player, but Dwight Howard don't have other than the defensive stuff, which I think that plays a major role because three-time defensive NBA,
Nah,
three-time
but
defensive
here's
player of
my
the
thing.
year is important. But think about the other guys that won defensive player of the year multiple times. This stuff.
No, no,
Ben Wallace wasn't on that list.
Matoma was on the list, but let me. This why I have a problem with it. You know how you just use the comparison to AD and I mean, you know how you just use that comparison for Kyrie and Dame. I basically feel like it's the same situation with Dame. I mean, with Dwight and AD. Before Dwight, before LeBron, AD made a playoff like 2 times probably. He's only been to playoff 4 times, and yeah, you
But
can say his team was weak or whatever. No,
he's been an All NBA player multiple times. And
yeah,
he has more All NBAs in a shorter time than Dwight Howard. You gotta think about how long Dwight Howard
nah,
played.
okay, okay, but
Like
let's look at it like this.
Anthony Davis hasn't finished full seasons and he's been All NBA.
No, and I agree. But let's look at this. Did Dwight not take a team to the '09 final and lose to Kobe Bryant?
Absolutely.
Did Dwight not?
He
And
beat
who
LeBron.
who was the best player in
He
that
beat
team?
LeBron James.
Yeah, and this is when everybody. This is when everybody was one star and everybody was role players, right or wrong.
Nah, I can't say it. He had All Star.
Except for Boston. Who was the All Star team? Rashad Lewis.
Rashard Lewis, Hito Turkoglu,
All right,
and Jameer Nelson.
Okay, okay. There wasn't an All Star during that time, but just how you compare.
No, Jameer
Dame,
Nelson was at that time. Jameer Nelson, I believe, was All Star, and Hito Turkoglu wasn't. But Rashard and Jameer was All Stars.
Nah, Rashad Lewis was never an All Star.
He was.
He ever made an All Star team as the Orlando Magic.
He was an All Star
He
player.
never made an All Star team as the Orlando Magic.
I'm telling you, he was an All Star player, bro.
Bro, he never made an All Star team. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm not gonna show you because ain't no way.
I'm about to tell you right now.
He made an All Star one time. One time.
Rashard
Jameer
Lewis.
Nelson probably made it.
He a two-time
He made an
All-Star.
All-Star.
Rashard Lewis is a two-time
Yeah, but he made
All-Star. And it was in what the fuck? When was it two-time All-Star? And he won a championship in 2013 too. Who the fuck he was winning in 2013?
Miami as a role player.
You right. He was on Miami. Two-time All-Stars, 2005 and 2009 when they went to the finals. Like I said, like 2 times. 05, that was when he was on the Sonics.
All right, but then you could say
And then
we
after
can't
that,
even,
after that 09 season, Dwight Howard did not go to a finals again until he was a Laker.
but he was going to the playoff, bro. Let me
Nah,
show you his.
no, because you gotta remember, he went to at 09, I think it was either 2010 or 2011. He went to the Rockets. He had double guy, but he wasn't the same. No, he went to the Lakers. 2010, he went to the Lakers with Steve Nash, Kobe, and then he didn't and Pau Gasol didn't pay it out.
And
then he went to the Rockets.
Yeah.
Went to the Rockets, still getting a double, back injuries. Back injuries in the Lakers too. So it was back injury. His injuries, like Tracy McGrady, injuries kept him off the list, honestly.
Yo, can I? It said it wanted me to share my screen. You gotta let me share my screen real quick, bro.
Nobody gonna see it on here.
For real?
Yeah, I don't have that tab up here for you.
I'm about to see your link. I want you to bring this up.
I don't have nowhere to post it on here. I mean, we could try to share your screen.
No. If you share your screen, it'll pop up like as you're recording.
Share your screen.
It won't let me. It said the host is able to participate, share screens. Screen sharing.
How the fuck do I do that then? Settings. All right.
Try now. Okay. I just want to look at the comparisons. Okay. So you can see?
I can see it.
All right. So look. AD, one-time champ. Okay. Dwight Howard won a championship as a role player. He's been in the league for 18 years. AD 10, right?
Yeah.
Playoff play. He's been in the playoff more times than this nigga.
Because he was on the Pelicans. He just left the Pelicans, what, 3 years ago?
Okay, but then that.
You have to think about this though, right? The reason why Kyrie gets a bigger nod because the East was the weaker conference, always was. The West is more competitive. You have to think about every year. The Spurs, until recently, the Rockets, OKC, Golden State, rose up, and who else was? I'm trying to think of everybody was there, and Memphis. And Portland. So that's already 6 slots that's guaranteed every year. That means there's only 2 other slots up for grab.
So if you want them players, if you want them great players, they say you would. So then that's make a way.
No, because he has, and he gotten hurt. When it was him and Rondo, they worked.
But he had Drew Holiday. He had Drew Holiday before too. We could go look at the teams.
He had Drew Holiday, but again, Drew Holiday was getting hurt too, bro.
He had Eric Gordon. He had
look how many games Drew Holiday missed. Eric Gordon is not a superstar. He's all-star talent at best. Tariq Evans was up and down when he got there, bro. He had to find his footing. Come on, my nigga. I remember when Tariq Evans got drafted by Sacramento. Like, you want to try to bring stuff up, but you got to bring. You want to bring Dwight Howard had a perfect team, bro. When he went to the finals, for him, there was 4 shooters on the outside and 1 big man in the middle. He had Jameer Nelson. He had Hedo Turkoglu, who was not a bum. Hedo Turkoglu was dogging when he was on Phoenix, bro. Hedo and Philly. You had Rashard Lewis, who was an all-star. You had Michael Petrus. You had Brandon Bass, who was beside you. I'm trying to think about everybody they had. Courtney Lee was on the team.
Okay.
They were stacked.
Okay. Listen. 2017, 2018, right?
He got hurt.
82 games. Right. He played 75 games. They missed the playoffs. The 2 years he played the most games, they missed the playoffs.
How many games? How many games did Drew Holiday play? Who was on that team? Drew Holiday is on that team.
Right. Yes.
How many games Drew Holiday played?
Let me see. I can find out. 81.
And who else played on there?
All 81.
82 games, bro. It's not 81. Those 82 games.
Rondo, Okafor, Jameer Nelson, Darius Miller,
And
DeMarcus
2000.
Cousins.
Wait, who's 27? Who made the playoffs in 2017? You said 17, 18? Is that season?
Yeah.
Bro.
But like you're a top tier talent. You're a top tier
It
talent.
don't matter.
It don't
You still
matter.
have to have the team to beat other guys.
But so Dwight Howard was going. Bro, look who
Dwight
Howard was
Howard,
going
he was
against,
not
bro.
by himself, bro. He was not by himself at all.
He
The
wasn't.
East was
But look,
weak. Listen, the East was weak.
No,
All you had
Nah,
was
you ain't-
four. All you had was four teams that you had to worry about. It was Cleveland, Atlanta,
You're not gonna do that.
Boston, and Orlando. Everybody else was trash.
You can't. You're not gonna. We're gonna look.
Name them. Come on, bro. Name them.
It's 2009 right here. I'm about to show you. I'm gonna show you. It's 2009 right here.
2017,
Okay,
bro.
look. Listen. You had the Cavs. They had LeBron James.
I just
You had
named the Cavs.
They,
Celtics.
You had the Celtics. Big three.
Named.
Yeah, Dwight and them.
I named all the teams you named. I just named 2 of the 4 I named.
Okay, so so you're saying, all right, this is D-Rose rookie season, but you can't tell me the Pistons was ass. You can't tell me the Bulls was ass.
The Pistons was not the same team, bro. They was on decline. Because
Philly, they had Lou Williams in them.
because 2 years before that, when LeBron went to the finals in 07, that's when he got them fuck up out of here. It wasn't the same team. Philly was trash. You want to keep going?
All right, now let me just go. All right, let's go.
Like I said,
2010.
the top 4 teams: Orlando, Atlanta, Cleveland, and the Celtics. That's the top 4 teams at that time, bro.
This 2010, right?
And the Knicks got it in the fold, but the Knicks really ain't do nothing.
This is 2010 again. Cavs,
Like I said,
Magic,
like I said,
Hawks, Celtics.
like I just
Heat.
fucking told you. Like I fucking and the Heat was ass. Miami was ass too. Miami was ass.
Look. Oh, you talk about he's going against guys like Dwayne Wade, bro. He's not making this
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade was playing with who else, nigga? Name him.
It don't, bro.
It does matter.
He got a better record than the Celtics.
Who?
The Celtics with Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett.
Who?
Orlando.
Because Orlando had Orlando had a core, nigga. And in 2010, Vince Carter came on the team, nigga. That's how much you fucking know. You talking, and you don't. You won't understand, bro. I watched that team, my nigga. Bro, I'm not making an excuse. You saying I'm making an excuse? I'm telling you who's on the team.
Okay.
Vince Carter. Hold on. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Vince Carter is at that time is better than anybody that Dwight Howard played with on Dwight Howard. And Anthony Davis played with on the Pelicans. That you just named. Vince Carter's better than everybody. Vince Carter, Rashard Lewis are both of them is better than everybody on that 2017 Pelicans team outside of Anthony Davis. Name
bro, you're not talking about a prime Vince Carter. We're talking about old.
No, bro, he wasn't. No, he was not old. He was not old. Listen. Best. Stop talking. You talking it. You don't know. This is when he best. This is when he came off the Nets. He came off the Nets at
and
this
look
time.
what he averaged.
I can't see.
Look what he averaged.
How much?
16 points.
Because he's sharing
points.
All right. Still, even though it's best, you sounded like a nigga that don't play fucking basketball, bro. Even though he only had 6, he only had best. It's not that good. It's not. You fucking stupid, nigga. Dwight Howard can't. Dwight Howard can't guard him. Dwight Howard cannot guard him. Dwight Howard cannot guard Anthony Davis. He can't.
Bro, defensively, I'm taking Dwight over.
No, you're not. Why? You sound dumb as fuck, bro. You sound dumb, my nigga. What?
Defensively over him
what?
Any day, bro.
You sound dumb. You sound dumb as fuck.
And he was playing against real big men. And he was going
against who was a real big man in the league at that time? It's only Andrew Bynum. No, KG is not a big man, bro. Tim is a power forward. Stop like you talk. There was no center in the league at that time for real, other than Dwight and Shaq and Bynum. Kevin Garnett is
Marc
not a
Gasol?
center. Mark was a young boy. He was doggy. He was a young boy though.
Okafor, they was bums. Tyson Chat, they was
Okafor,
bums. These guys,
Okafor, what Okafor?
these,
Emeka
doesn't mean,
Okafor is a bum.
bruh, he won rookie of, bruh, they're known for their
My
defense,
nigga,
bro.
mad niggas won rookie of the year and was started was bums, nigga. What the fuck you talking about on NBA level, not in real life? Emeka Okafor won rookie of the year. So the fuck what, bro? The Dwight Howard didn't win it, but look what he did. Stop, like you talk about an era that's not your era, bro. It's not your era, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I fuck with bro.
AD,
The Dwight
AD
Howard,
good player,
the Dwight Howard was my second favorite player in the league at the time, bro. I used to go around. Big used to call me Superman, bro. I thought I was gonna be 6'11". It didn't happen. I'm 6'1". I thought I was gonna be Dwight.
Here's who Dwight was going against: Andrew Bynum.
That's the best center he went against, and Marcus Gasol, two best.
Bogut, he was no bum.
Bogut was not nice. He was okay. He was not OD nice. He was good.
Brook Lopez, Horford's all right. Jackie Noah's all right.
They're not superstar talents, bro. Anthony Davis plays the 4, nigga. Sometimes the 5.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Old ass Jermaine O'Neal. Look, they put Roy Hibbert on there. Nigga, stop. Anderson Varejao? Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing.
He wasn't a bum.
And he's not. Listen. He's not a bum, but they're not superstar players. Anthony Davis has to guard Giannis Antetokounmpo. Where's the comparison at? Where's the comparison there?
You see what he does to him every time.
It don't matter what you. But look what he does back. Anthony Davis had to guard. Anthony Davis had to guard Kevin Durant. Okay.
And Dwight had to guard.
Okay.
Garnett.
Kevin Garnett is my guy. Kevin Garnett is not better than. He's nowhere near Kevin Durant. He's not Giannis. Giannis is better than Kevin Garnett. And Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant are my 2 favorite players ever. Kevin Garnett is not better than Giannis. Let's be honest here. I'm not going with no recency bias. Kevin Garnett and I've watched Kevin Garnett play for most of his career. He was nice. And he's intense. What Giannis is doing, Kevin Garnett wasn't doing. You over here saying some wild shit.
And the game was different.
It's not about it just being different because it was guys that were still dominant. Kevin Garnett was dominant for sure, but there were other guys that were more dominant at the position. Kevin Garnett is honestly might be the second or third best power forward in his joint. You remember he played with Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki played in that same era, bro. That's what I'm saying is come. When Dwight was playing center, the best center we named was Andrew Bynum and Marc Gasol. And Marc Gasol is a Hall of Fame guy. Andrew Bynum was a really good talent till his foot injury. Kevin Garnett, and similar to Anthony Davis, had to go against guys like Chris Webber, Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki on a nightly basis. Who the fuck did Dwight had to go against on a nightly basis?
Would you say Dwight Howard seen more success as the best player on his team than AD?
As the best player on the team in AD? Yes.
Yeah. So what's the argument when he was?
What do you mean? What's the argument?
Team?
Because the team.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask this.
You talking about team? He had more. Hold on. Let me finish my question. Let me finish my answer. He had more team success, and individual success. He didn't have other than the defensive players of the year and getting the first team. I think he may have more first team selections. There was no other centers in the league at the time doing what he was doing. Like that, bro. Go pull up the old footage of Shaq saying Dwight Howard's not playing against any real centers.
That ain't good. He was afraid of that nigga.
They was not afraid of him, bro. It was though. Name a center. You said, bro, Al Horford, bro. Al Horford, really? I'll fuck with Al Horford. He's Dominican. That's the homie. Al Horford. Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah is a good player.
All-star player guys. But Joakim Noah, Al Horford, Anderson Varejao, Emeka Okafor are not franchise players. Not even Andrew Bynum is a franchise player. The what again? Anthony Davis won he won all NBA selections and first team all NBA selections against guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, nigga. Kevin Durant. Like, come on, bro. We gonna sit there and just act like it's just he not playing nobody. The power forward position is probably the toughest position to play in the league right now. Outside small forward is then power forward. Then you got point guard. Power forward and point guard probably.
You talking about right now? You talking about right now?
Yes.
The power forward, the toughest position to play.
That's a small forward. Small forward and power forward and point guard might battle out for the second spot.
I don't think power forward up there, bro.
Absolutely.
Everybody should stretch.
No, because Jason Tatum is a 4, bro. That's what you're missing.
If
Kevin Durant plays the 4.
The game is smaller.
Kevin Durant plays the 4. Draymond Green plays the 4. Sometimes the 5. Like, we got to think about some of these guys that these guys are playing against. That's going to be Hall of Famers one day.
I just feel like if AD should be on there, Dwight Howard should be on there.
No,
too, bro. Let's look.
You know why? If the Dwight Howard career stopped after Houston, he's on there. It's all of the other years where he didn't have success.
You can't use that again.
Yes, you can. But
injuries happen.
Yes, you can, because they run it by numbers and stuff like that. It's a formula to this shit, nigga. It's not, I'm just voting for somebody. It's a formula, and they vote as well as some voting in it, and they break it down on the career. Same thing with Vince. If Vince's career would have stopped after probably Orlando or something like that, he would have made it. But some of these guys played too long, and then they had real bad down years where they wasn't relevant. Play too long. You could play yourself out of a Hall of Fame spot, bro.
I don't know about a lot of them older players, so I can't really speak on them, but I feel like Dwight Howard should be somewhere on there, bro. He was a center. And you could say he had Rashid Lewis, you could say he had Vince Carter and shit like that.
What did he do after that? What did he do after? What did he do after?
Injuries.
Okay. And that's why he's not on there.
So after LeBron retires, AD don't do shit with his
AD could possibly not be on the top 100 on the 100 team. It's a strong possibility that it can happen.
As long as you say that,
I don't think Bill Walton is on the 75 team.
I ain't watching him play, so I can't speak on.
Bill Walton to me was ass. He had a good early in his career. He was a dog. I'm not gonna lie, but then he was ass after the injury. Bill Walton is not on the 75 team, bro. Who you going to people talking about? Dame is a franchise player that has team success, nigga. Kyrie never has. Talent-wise, he can play with the best of them. It's not about just being the talent. It's about leading a team, bro. Team success. Yes, individual talent should get you but so far. That's why Adrian Dantley is not on the 75 list. Adrian Dantley was a top 50 player at that time. He's not here. Dominique Wilkins didn't even make the top 50 list, bro.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of these players. Shit. So I can't.
Joe Dumars didn't make the top 50 list. Joe Dumars is a way better player than CJ McCollum.
I never said CJ McCollum deserves to be on here, honestly.
I'm just saying, though. Because you said, Dame had CJ McCollum. Isaiah had Joe Dumars, and Joe Dumars didn't even make the top 50 list. Only Zeke did. So this top 50 list actually does a fucking argument for like 30 minutes, bro. This nigga here best be. Come on, man.
Nah, bro. You say, bro.
I'm not saying Dwight Howard don't deserve to be in that conversation at all, because he does. And I can understand why he's not there. I can understand why Clay is not there, even though I think Clay's the top 75 player. But I understand why they're not there. I'm not mad. I'm not.
Let me ask you this. If Westbrook plays like this, huh?
You said if Russell what?
If Westbrook plays like this, how he's playing right now for the next 3 seasons, right? Is his name getting moved off the list?
I don't think Russell Westbrook should have been on the top 75 list. That's me speaking. Is James Harden even on there?
Yeah, James Harden's on here.
I think instead of Russell, if you would have put Tracy or Dwight, I'd understood it. But Russell won the MVP and had a triple double. So because of the history of the game, you can't tell the history. That's the thing with these lists. Can you tell the history of the game without these players? I don't feel like you could tell the history of the game without Vince. I don't feel like you could tell the history of the game without T-Mac or Dwight. But are the other players that play a bigger role in the history of the game? For sure. And Dame is a league darling right now. So Dame is not, because he hasn't won anything else. Like if they else, he might. This is a big thing for him, and he deserves it. I'm not gonna say no, but again, man, like this 75 list is hard, bro. Because some of these older guys, I didn't see some of them play, like a George Mikan and stuff like that. But I see their numbers, and it's like, goddamn. Remember, bro, on a top 50 list, bro, it's going to be another one in 25 years. On the top 50 list, Dominique Wilkins was not on that list, bro. He just made it this year. What the fuck? Yo, Best.
Yo,
Oh, I'm gonna
that
say,
shit crazy.
I thought you.
I'm just look at it. I'm just look at this list. But a lot of these, I can't even speak. A lot of these niggas is way before my era, so I don't know how good it is.
The numbers, bro. Gotta look at the numbers. Shit, honestly, you can argue Dwight Howard and Carmelo, and I fuck with Melo. But I know you not. I know you won't do that though. Carmelo don't have more success as a player than Dwight Howard. If he being 100,
top 12 scorer.
That's about it. That's about it.
Top 12
Not that's about it. And probably a couple more All Stars, but all NBAs, defensive player of the years, all defensive teams and shit.
He
like
didn't
that.
have no hope. He didn't have no hope.
To get, you don't need that to be an all NBA player.
No, I'm saying he didn't have no hope to.
That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. That's cap. On the Knicks, he had help. Melo used to want to play hero basketball sometimes though, and I love Melo.
Who was this out? You not about to tell me. You're not about.
Amari Stoudemire was not. No, he wasn't. No. This is the problem. And Bash, you talk. This is what. Bash, you know. This is how I could tell. This is how I could tell. This is how I could tell you didn't watch the Knicks games. I could tell you didn't watch. I could tell before Carmelo got there. Amari was third.
Amari was hooping.
He was third in MVP.
Amari was hooping.
He was. Can you stop? He was third in MVP voting. He was third. They gave up our whole team to get him. Wilson Chandler, Gallinari, Raymond Felton, and a bunch of draft picks to get Carmelo when he could have waited till after the season to pull up. Feel me? We lost. We depleted our whole team. When he got there, we ended up drafting Iman Shumpert. We bring in J.R. Smith, and those two won a championship. They won a championship in Cleveland though, being role players. Doing their fucking job. Doing their fucking. Bro, this is the problem. Best. This is how I can tell you. This is how I can tell you wasn't nice at basketball because everybody got a role on the team, nigga. Everybody. They did their role. They did their role, and they won. They did their role and won a championship. Carmelo, I watched Carmelo. I literally watched Carmelo take the ball out of Dwight Howard, out of Amari Stoudemire's hand when Amari Stoudemire scored 12 straight baskets. So on points, you feel me? He had 12 straight points, and then Carmelo took the ball out of Amari Stoudemire's hand and started playing one-on-one basketball, killing the clock, taking bad shots, and we lost the game in the playoffs. I watched that shit. I watched it vividly, my nigga. I was in college when this shit happened. Carmelo's my nigga, but the Knicks had J.R. Smith won 6th Man of the Year. Tyson Chandler won Defensive Player of the Year. Like, we're not gonna sit there and say Carmelo didn't have no help. That's a fucking lie. He didn't know how to lead the team in the right way. You can use Amari being hurt all you want, but we still had Jason Kidd. When Jason Kidd, we had Chauncey Billups at one point. We had Mike Bibby. We had Iman Shumpert. We had J.R. Smith. We had mad niggas, bro. Steve Novak even was a role player that was dogging. I watched every Knicks game at that time, my nigga. I'm a Knicks fan. So I know who was dogging.
I'm a Melo fan.
And even before he came to the Knicks, if him and George Karl don't fall out, they could have did something over there in Denver. Denver fucked it up.
Denver was a good team. I give you that too.
The Knicks was a better team than Denver.
The
Knicks was a better team than Denver. They had 3 All-Stars that year, bro. Tyson Chandler was an All-Star.
Let's get this right here. Okay. In New York, right? What was J.R. Smith's role? After they made the playoffs, they had that one good year, right? The one that they won like 6 games, right?
They had more than one good year. They went to the playoffs like 3 times.
The year that Melo went scoring leader.
He won. Yeah, he played extra games.
All right.
He played games because Kevin Durant sat out. That's why he won them. Let's keep it in the
All
lane. Kevin Durant sat out.
right. Stop hating, bro.
I'm
You
not
hating on my
hating.
man.
I'm telling the truth. Kevin Durant sat
All
out.
right, listen. The next
Yo,
season,
why is
right?
it? Why was it when I tell the truth about Melo, you get mad?
The next season, right? Jared Smith, that same player he was the year he won 6 million a year. Was that the same player he came back as? Was he missing a lot of shots? Everybody was saying what's going on with Jared Smith.
Oh, my nigga, you gotta. It's J.R. Smith missed shots, but we're not gonna take away from Carmelo also killing shot clocks, taking bad shots, playing one-on-one basketball. He will get the ball on the right, on the right. But nigga, that's fucking up.
That's what makes him
bro. At best, that's why I could tell that you was ass, bro, because you fucking up the team.
Oh my God.
You're fucking up the team, bro. Because if I come down the court and I don't touch the ball in 4 possessions, how the fuck am I gonna get in the flow? How? I could tell you was ass, bro, because the way you play the game is ass. It's not hating.
Everybody know this is Melo's game, but he's a ball stopper. This is what Melo does.
That's why he never won a championship.
He's a ball stopper.
And that's why he never won a championship.
You gotta stop that.
It's a fact, nigga. No, it did not. Because what happened?
He got to the Western Conference Finals.
So did James Harden. Did James Harden ever win a finals? Did James Harden ever go to a finals as the number one guy? Has James Harden ever gone to the finals as the number one guy?
No.
Because that ball stopping shit don't win basketball games. You have to move the fucking basketball.
He went to the finals as number one. He makes the finals as number one guy against Kobe. Lost to Kobe.
He didn't go to no finals. He went to the Western Conference Finals, bro.
I said Western Conference Finals.
I know. They say NBA Finals. Has Carmelo Anthony ever touched the NBA Finals floor? No. Because that ball stopping shit is not hating. It's the truth, nigga. Show me one nigga that's OD ball dominant and don't get his teammates involved. Kobe Bryant even went through that shit, bro. In 05 and 06, when Kobe was averaging fucking 30, they was getting knocked out in the first round because that shit don't win you basketball games. I'm gonna let that nigga get 50, but I'm gonna tell everybody else. Shit don't work, nigga. I'm waiting for you to show me. Tell me one person in the NBA history that I worked for.
I'm trying to think.
Michael Jordan averaged 30 a game. Nigga still had 6 assists a game. I'm waiting.
You might have got me on that point, but still.
Melo, I fuck with Melo, bro. You can't tell me Melo ain't have help, bro.
But here's my problem. You can't tell me they won 66 games or however many games they won.
They won 55 games.
55 games, right? And then they come back.
And then they let go of Mike Woodson too. They brought in Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, and it was the whole
that changed the
Phil
offense.
Jackson offense.
Phil Jackson came a little bit later. Mike D'Antoni changed the offense after Mike Woodson. We should have kept Mike Woodson. Mike D'Antoni changed the offense. That's one that is correct. They try to make it a more fast-paced offense. What James Harden was doing in the Rockets, he was trying to do that in New York with Carmelo. That don't fit his style. 1, 2, triangle could have worked for him. He wasn't willing to accept it because he wanted to play his style, his brand of basketball. That's why Carmelo did not do well on the Knicks at the end. Carmelo had a chance to win a championship on that team. Carmelo, because he wanted to be the man, as all superstars do, it took away from everybody. It took away from other people. You have a guy that's a 6th Man of the Year award winner. You have a Defensive Player of the Year. You have a guy on your team that was third in MVP voting. Like, come on, my guy. Like, you have to move the basketball. And again, they stopped. Like, the pick and roll was the Knicks' bread and butter at one point. Amari and Jason Kidd or Jason Kidd and Tyson Chandler
Jason Kidd was only there for 1 year. But Raymond Felton got fat.
Raymond Felton got traded. He was there before Carmelo. Got traded and came back. And then he's not the only one. We had Chauncey Billups as well, because that's who came over there with Carmelo, was Chauncey.
1 season.
And then we got Jason Kidd.
1 season.
All you need is one. How long was Jason Kidd in Dallas for real? With Dirk?
I don't remember, but then you got to going against.
They won a championship.
You're going against guys like Miami Heat.
It's not about that. It's about everybody playing a fucking role, bro.
He was to be in Miami, bro.
Everybody played their fucking role, bro. Dirk was the star. Jason Kidd ran the offense. Sean Marion played defense and rebounded and got his points. Tyson Chandler was the paint defender. Deshaun Stevenson was scrappy and got points in the fast break. JJ Barea was getting his buckets. You feel me? Everybody played their role. On the Knicks showed me when Carmelo was there, how can niggas play their role if Carmelo got the ball on the 24 shot clock for 17 seconds? Play one-on-one basketball. How we gonna win? And I can tell you, I knew if we was gonna win or if we was gonna lose. If Carmelo had 20 points in the first quarter, we lost the game. Guaranteed. Because everybody else is playing the game relying on Carmelo. If Carmelo had 27 and the bulk of his points came in the third and fourth quarter, we was gonna win the game. Literally. I watched every Knick game, bro. At that time. Especially the playoff games. I know you love Carmelo, bro. I know you a Syracuse fan, but you got to stop with this biasness, my nigga. It's not a bias. The nigga was on my team, bro. How I watched the dynamic. I know the niggas on the team. Pablo Prigioni. You probably don't even remember that nigga.
I know. I do remember that nigga.
Pablo
the European
Prigioni
nigga, the backup point guard.
He was dogging. Jeremy Lin had a couple good years on the Knicks too. When Jeremy Lin got hot, and was doing this thing, Carmelo come back, throw the whole shit off. Come on, bro. You gotta develop. You gotta let those guys do what they do. The reason why LeBron, even though LeBron can stunt niggas' growth, he worked best for role players because he always brings the best out of the role players. He's done superstar players, but role players can play with him because he's going to try to get the best out of them.
That's the one.
But shout out to the Banana Boat crew because they all on the top 75 team.
Right. I feel like this Dwight should be on that list. That's it.
The White could be on, but you can see why he's not on there too.
But hell yeah, I think we spent a lot of time talking about basketball. Should we get into any music topics?
I don't really got shit on music for real. I know.
Everybody been talking about YB Dirt, but I feel like we've been talking about this shit forever, bro. Like, it's to the point, bro. These niggas are gonna keep dissing each other, making headlines and shit. It should not even like it is what it is at this point. I just don't understand why he just Gucci Man. He making everybody pick a side. I don't understand why he just little baby.
Young boy?
Yeah, you hear the new song today?
I did, and you know why? Because Young Boy is just trying to be the antithesis. You feel me? He want to be the anti person because really you gotta remember, Dirk is the industry darling in the way like everybody in the industry fuck with Dirk.
Right.
Who don't fuck with Lil Durk that's in the industry that's like a major player.
Everybody fuck with Dirk.
Everybody fucks with Dirk, bro. It's different. I mean, I understand where YB's coming from, I guess, in a sense, because look at what he's been able to do.
But I thought Boosie was his guy though.
No, him and Boosie been going back and forth before though. This is not a first time thing. They both from Baton Rouge, but that don't mean that they fuck with each other. Like him and Kevin Gates had spats, and he's done work with Kevin Gates and shit before, so it just varies. He's young. He gonna be doing stupid shit. And the internet be gassing him up.
Oh yeah. I feel like he got a lot of yes men around him, bro. Like it's
not yes men. It's that nigga. It's us versus them. Like niggas gotta remember, bro.
I'm talking about even the way he maneuvers, like bro. So you gotta tell you, bro, like you build you like because, why you just a little baby? I know little people cool with Dirk, but
we gotta remember. These are street niggas, nigga. These is not industry. Like his man's in them is not industry niggas. They street niggas. So if you rolling with them, you not rolling with us. So it's fuck y'all.
Yeah, but some niggas just be busy.
It's not.
At the same time, I understand.
You gotta remember. You look at shit. You not a street nigga, so you look at shit from a way different angle. The niggas who risk their life every day to try to just make a way, like them niggas is like, bro. If you
now you put yourself in a predicament. Now you put yourself in a predicament where you're not gonna be able to do shows in Atlanta. I'm pretty sure Boosie got enough power. Niggas gonna be looking at you with bad rules right now. That adds more enemy.
You giving these niggas and you giving them too much credit. Just like Dirk got ops in Chicago, Lil Baby got ops in Atlanta. There's niggas that's gonna be like, all right, yo, like pull up, fuck with us, fuck them niggas. He gonna be them niggas. It's unless the niggas is a trick kind of nigga from Detroit, it ain't too many niggas that really run their whole city. It's hard to run a whole city. Because it's always gonna be niggas that don't fuck with you. It's just about, do you have a bigger army than the niggas that don't fuck with you?
Right.
These niggas be having bigger names, but not necessarily a bigger army. You can go to Atlanta. Why not? Fucking this nigga's from what? Ain't old boy from Macon, something like that.
Um, and there's 21 Savage too. So like, you just get you got to go link up with the.
Yeah,
I don't even know how
because
Atlanta politics work.
21 technically picked a side, bro. When he did the interview a little while back
The
with
interview,
academics, he was saying like
yeah,
he think young boy tough, but he fuck with dirt. So he picked a side. And young boy, how old is young boy? Like 22, 23?
your boy 22. He a month
Yeah,
older than me.
he a young nigga, so he gonna be on that fuck y'all niggas. Y'all don't fuck with. Think about young boy is basically the 50 Cent of this era,
Bro, you know what's crazy, bro? I was thinking that in my head, bro. He said you roll with the niggas getting late.
bro. That's a fact. Think about it, bro. 50 Cent had beef with the Locks and Fat Joe because they did a song with Gyro. That's the only reason
Right.
he had a problem with them niggas.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like either you with us or you against us. That's it. And if I see you with them, I'm picking a side for you. You don't gotta pick. I'm gonna pick for you.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that should be corny, but hey man, somebody died behind some of the shit that happened. So
Yeah,
the
that
other
was
artists being
crazy.
involved, I don't think that it's really their issue, but it's just casualty of the shit. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, man. So shit. What else we got? I think the NBA shit got.
That's good.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, that took up because you like saying you like being disrespectful to great players, bro.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm going to call a spade when I see one, bro. Carmelo is a great talent, great leader. Can
Nah, I'm
you
not
win
even
with
talking about
him?
that.
No.
I'm talking about Dwight Howard too. I just
Bro,
don't
the
like.
Dwight Howard was my nigga. If I had my old Facebook pages, the Dwight Howard was my favorite play, my second favorite player in the league after Kobe Bryant, bro. Like I could pull up old tweets and shit of me talk about the Dwight Howard. I'll fuck with the Dwight. Crazy pause. And that's my guy. But I also understand, nigga, how good his team was, my nigga. Nigga be thinking you get somewhere because it's not one. You cannot win a championship with one player, bro. Can't. It take too much. It's 82 games in a season or 81 games in a season. 81 games in a season, and then you got to play in a playoff format that's game best of seven, 100 plus games, bro. How can you keep that up for 100 games? Let me know.
Right. You're right. But yeah, I think that's a good episode. We ain't really focus on too much hip hop. We give you a lot of sports
Yeah, we try
debates.
we diverse we diversifying our bonds. Nigga, you heard?
Right. You feel me? Yeah, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all follow the new Instagram, the Best in Swoop Show. I'm gonna post more clips on it this week. You feel me? I ain't
Absolutely.
get to.
And we talked about the cultural shit. We talked about Bel Air. We talked about Power.
Oh yeah, yeah. We talked. Yeah, yeah.
We
So
did talk about
you know,
music because we talked about Kanye. We talked about the Genius joint. So
oh yeah, yeah. That's a fact. I
so
forgot.
we talked music today. It was
Yeah.
a little bit stuff. But the NBA 75 thing because it was All Star Weekend was a major thing. And Mike, I seen you, Michael Jordan. You're not low. You was getting real
He
cozy with
tried.
Mary J. Blige.
He
Shout to
don't
the
want to go.
Queen.
He don't want to go World Lorenzo. He don't want to go to World Lorenzo. She just try to get Zeke into the NBA. That's it.
Man, listen. Shout to the Queen Mary J. Blige because she did All Star Weekend and before that she did the Super Bowl back to back. That's some unheard of shit, and she of the culture. So salute.
He working. Yep. We out, y'all.
Yeah, we out here.